So today I am doing a 2020 update. Since it's November, I thought I would do like an update of what's happened in 2020 in my own personal life, because I've changed different career paths multiple times this year, and I mean the world's just been chaotic, so I thought I would share my little life and what's been going on in that. So just a pre-warning, I may get emotional and I am about to come on my period, so it is also, I'm very in touch with my emotions, so if I cry I'm very sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, there's a reason why I'd be crying, but yeah, just a pre-warning that it's going to be intense, as well as like it's going to be the ups and downs, just an honest view at what my year has been for me personally, because I feel like I haven't come on here properly for so long, and when I have, it's only been like little parts of me, and I feel like since I started my YouTube I've changed a lot, and I want to share to people who have already been with my channel throughout the whole of this, and those newcomers, like, to get to know me, because I haven't posted properly or consistently over the last 2 years that I've had my channel, so I'm going to start doing that now, but it also means that I feel like you should get to know the person that's going to be posting more, before like you invest your time. So yeah, 2020 I feel like has been the hardest year of my life so far. So I am turning 22 next month. My birthday is the 30th of December, so I turned 21 expecting it to be like the best year, and it's what a whirlwind. So I am kind of looking forward to turning 22 and just getting on with it now, because 21 was not the one. So I will start with my 21st. I actually did a video because I was in Buenos Aires in Argentina, and I did film a video to post like about my 21st, because I did the same when I turned 20. That video I'll link because I actually really enjoyed making that and it was good fun, and I was just very emotional on my 21st. It wasn't a good day. There were storms all day. I was crying with happiness at midnight and then went to sleep and woke up and I was just sobbing all day. Both my parents were quite ill, so it was all just a bit of a mess, and I just didn't really enjoy my birthday that much. So I didn't really want to share that experience because it wasn't it felt like a really personal one. In December, I think the reason I don't want to cry already. I think the reason my birthday wasn't great was because we were halfway around the world and my granddad was in hospital at the time. I shouldn't have worn glasses. There's a reason why I didn't wear makeup as well. So the start of December, I was on a film set, and great film. It won the filmmaker competition. It's called The Whistleblower, and I was helping with the costume department for it. Amazing fun few days, like amazing. That was an awesome experience, and during that time when I got home I found out that my granddad had fallen and that he had become paralysed from his fall. So he was walking and dancing and everything before, and then from the fall he was paralysed from the neck down. Sorry. Whew. So by the time it got to my birthday, we had debated going to Argentina still, but because we had booked the holiday and we knew my granddad is very much a selfless person, a very selfless person, that he would be upset if we didn't go. Plus we kind of needed a break because we were going to see him every day and still working, etc., as a family. And then so 2020 started. Great start. 2020 started, and when we came back, I originally was going to be moving to China, which is so weird to say now. So basically I had put on my vision board that I wanted to live abroad, I wanted to work abroad, wanted to experience a different culture while still earning, and it basically came on a silver platter that was offered to me to teach English in China for a year. So I had accepted the offer and was fully going to go to China it would have been September this year. So that's what I was working towards. In January I started modelling as well. I decided to go all in, and while I was in Argentina I booked the whole month of January doing collaboration shoots for modelling to build up my portfolio, which was an amazing experience. The end of January my granddad unfortunately passed away, which was extremely tough for me and my family. Obviously I'm mainly sharing my own experience because their experiences are personal to them, and I don't want to overstep my boundary and share something that they don't want to share. My granddad was like my best friend. During uni I spent a lot of time going to see him. He honestly was such an inspiration to me and has made me the person that I am today, as well as other influences like my parents and my brother. It was just really sad because he's the most generous person that I know and the most loving person. He would, if a stranger came up to him and said that they needed help, he would help them without questioning it. He always saw the best in everyone, and was just an amazing person. Oh God. It's the first death that I've had in my family that has been really painful, and someone that I actually was close to. He was integral to my growing up. I don't remember a time that he wasn't around, so it was very hard, and speaking at his funeral was so tough because even my dad was saying it's something that I don't have to do. I can write down words and have the spokesperson, I don't know what they're called, I can't remember, read it out, but I knew that I wanted to speak for him, because it was something that I wanted to do. I just needed to do it for closure. I was a mess well, I still am for the whole of this year because of it. I am somewhat thankful though, because from December we were able to constantly let him know that he was loved, and we got to say goodbye so many times before he passed, and I wouldn't have wanted him to live through struggling in a hospital during COVID either. So I am thankful. It's just, it was a really hard period of time, and still is, to get used to the fact that he's not here. I have multiple times called him and then sort of forgotten that he's not around anymore. Oh gosh. Ooh. Okay, so on a little bit of a brighter note, moving on before I just end up bawling. So career-wise, sorry, I'm laughing because it's honestly just like a ridiculous year. I have to laugh because it's just insane, everything that's happened, and my mum knows that's like one of my favourite words to say, insane, all the time. But from the end of January, I applied to an internship to work in the TV world, the film and TV world. It was a diversity scheme called PACT, P-A-C-T. Amazing scheme, amazing. So basically what they do is they give the opportunity to those that are seen as minorities. So I literally went in with like my afro out, but basically what the process that I had to go through was having an interview with the PACT scheme, because they select, there was like 60 applicants, so they have to select from the application process, because you fill out a form, they select certain people from that, and then from that they interview you and then select a few from that to then put your application forward for different companies that you list. So you get to list 3 different companies that you want to apply to, and you get lots of information about it and talk to people that have done the scheme before. Sorry, my leg's gone dead. And then once you've done that, then you may get a call from the company to have, or an email, to have an interview with them, but it's not necessarily, they may not take you. Even though your application goes through, they may not be interested in you. So basically the scheme is to give you an to give you the opportunity that they are trying to help you with an application process that you wouldn't necessarily have access to. So I think the scheme is amazing. I met some amazing people on it. The day that I had interviews, I had a 3-hour interview that consisted of an interview, a presentation, a skills test, team exercise, which was intense, and then after that I had another interview, because I wanted the interviews on the same day, so I actually chose the day purely because then I was in London for the whole day and I was in that thought process, but I didn't realise how draining it would be to do that, because you're having to show your best self and you were trying your best to be better than whoever else they've seen. So it was just, it was a very intense day. I was shattered at the end of the day of just being like, yeah, hello, I'm Maya, please hire me. But after that process, I got the opportunity, unfortunately I didn't get to share with my granddad, which is something that I'm sad about, but I know that he's here and around and will know. I got a offer to be on an internship for a TV production company based in the UK. They're quite a big production company. I don't know if I can say, so I'm not going to, and I don't know what's going to happen, so I don't want to. But basically I was supposed to start the internship in March. However, it's literally as COVID became a problem in the UK in terms of lockdown happened, so it got pushed back to September and then was pushed back to January, and now has been pushed back to April 2021. So fingers crossed it happens. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I obviously called off China from that, and with COVID and everything else and all the racial stuff that came out, I am thankful that I called it off, because I don't think I could have gone through that process. So yeah, I decided that since my degree in filmmaking, it makes sense to go for the TV production one, I mean, obviously, which is supposed to be 6 months, paid internship, again, paid, but I wanted a keyway in because I've only got my degree and a few different experiences in the film world, so I was looking to sort of get an actual career in the industry properly. Then also in March, I'm literally taking it month by month, I'm so sorry. Also in March, I think it's first cousin removed, so it's my mum's cousin, passed away from COVID. Again, was such a hard hit, because from not having anyone close to me in the family, passed away for so many years, to then having 2 in the space of 3 months. It was a lot. During this whole time I was working at Sainsbury's part-time on the weekends, and then during, oh God, sorry, it's my dehumidifier has just gone off. During my granddad's time and everything else, I was working more. I'm going to swiftly move on because I don't want this just to be a sad video. Obviously it's honest, but I'm just like, today I've got stuff to do, so I don't want to just be crying throughout all of it. This is also going to be such a long video, I'm so sorry. I had another cousin pass away. I didn't know this cousin. It did hit hard though, because it was just like 3 things happening in 1 year, and that was it felt like it was literally one after the other. Another thing, like I was just getting myself together, considering you can't, because as a family you can't see each other, and if someone passes away, it's so hard when you can't have a funeral for closure, you can't all be there for each other because you can't gather and everything else. It was just a lot. From July I started working for my dad's company, which is a construction company, doing web design and social media management, because he's gone 22 years running the company purely based on word of mouth, and it's grown massively, but it's just got to a point where it would be nice to have like an online presence. So I've been working on that, and that even to now, and that's been really enjoyable because I was stressing out a lot while working more at Sainsbury's, so I wanted to cut my hours back, because it was just a bit too intense for me to be around so many people and also not be doing something creative, and just everything else with COVID, the fact that the store stays open, and it was just like we didn't really get break. And obviously I'm not being ungrateful for the fact that I have a job. I know so many people have lost their jobs, and I'm not ungrateful at all. It's just with everything that happened from the start of, well, from December all the way to now, it doesn't feel like there's been a time to stop and grieve or have a breather, or like, yeah. Like I was doing more modelling when lockdown lifted, the first lockdown lifted. I was doing more modelling, more paid shoots, and actually starting a career with it. It's paying me for something that I enjoy doing. It's just, it feels weird. And obviously from this you can already tell I have so many job titles. I now, since I've moved into my annex at the back, in the back garden of my parents' house, I've been able to stay in touch with my emotions and my feelings. I'm off hormonal contraception now, so I used to have the implant. I got rid of it in June, and it's helped me mentally and emotionally. I had some very, very dark times in March and April. Actually, half of this year has just been like really, really dark times mentally, because of everything going on. And now is the first time that I actually feel like I know who I am. I came out to my parents as well, I forgot to mention that. I came out to my friends and my family in, I want to say August. I was seeing this girl and I decided to tell my parents that I was bisexual. So that was another big thing that happened. I'm now single. I'm focusing on myself because it's just too much. I would love to move to New Zealand for a bit. I say for a bit, for like a year, just to experience a different place. Sorry, my leg's gone dead again. To experience a different place. But that's my aim, and I'm trying to save for that because it's not going to be happening anytime soon. So even though it's been a really sad and emotional year, I actually know that as soon as I turned 22, I have experienced so much in my life that I just, like, I can't thank these moments enough. It's really opened my eyes to what I want in my life, to who I am, to what I deserve in my life, to like real love. Like realistically, my first love was my granddad, and having a deep connection with him, and realising that love comes in so many different forms, and that life will have hardships but also will reward you with like going through that and seeing the people that were there for me, my friends and family that were there for me, to work out on my own who I want in my life and who I value, and those that have stuck with me throughout this year with everything going on. I know that I was a handful, because who wouldn't be with everything that's happened. So those friends that I have now, even though it's a smaller selection than I had before, I like value them so much and appreciate them so much through being with me on that journey. Has shown me who I actually am. I am mixed race, I am bisexual, I am emotionally in touch, which I couldn't say years in the past. I am a hopeless romantic. I am an independent, beautiful woman who is still on the journey of finding herself and learning about what she wants and what she loves. But I actually feel like for the first time in my life that I have a high standard for myself and hold my own self-worth high, which I couldn't say in the past years, and I wouldn't be this confident. This is a really long video. If you stayed this long, well done, and you didn't just end when I started crying. I hope you learn more about me from this video. I would say give this a like and subscribe, but like do what you like. Because this video is literally just me opening up, so it's not really like a video to like and subscribe. It's not that kind of video. If you want to, feel free, but if you want to check out my Instagram or anything like that, I will link it all below. But I'm glad you got to know me, and thank you for sticking it out if you got a chance to stick it out this long, and I will see you all soon.